Hello friends, welcome back to Technique, and today we'll be doing the detailed camera review of the newly launched Vivo X100. Now Vivo has launched the X series flagship devices in two variants, the Vivo X100 Pro, the Vivo X100. So we have the lower variant, the Vivo X100. This has a really good camera setup, and we'll be doing the detailed camera aspects about this device. We'll talk about how the camera experience is. Vivo's X series is definitely known for great camera experience. We really know about that because the X90 series, the X80 series, X70 series all have been great camera performers. So we expect the Vivo X100 series also to be doing the same. Now this is powered by the Dimensity 9300 chip, along with that Vivo's V2 chip is also included. So it's a really good combination. So let's go straight into the camera samples and see how good the experience is. So before that, if this is your first time on the channel, do hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. So let's first have a look at the camera hardware. So the primary camera is a Sony IMX920 sensor with 23mm focal length. It's a 50 megapixel shooter with f1.57 aperture. That's something which is really good because it allows increase in light input because of the aperture values. And then you also have the optical image stabilization, and also Zeiss optical precision calibration is also included. So that's the primary Zeiss camera, the 50 megapixel camera. Then you have a telephoto lens. Once again, is a Zeiss Optics telephoto lens. We have the Omnivision OV64B. It's one of the tried and tested 64 megapixel telephoto lens with 70mm focal length with f2.57 aperture, and you also get telephoto macro with this camera. And the third camera is an ultra wide angle camera, which is a Samsung's JN1 50 megapixel sensor with 15mm focal length and f2.0 aperture. Now all the three cameras can do 4K 60 fps, and also it's optimized for great night photography as well. Now on the front panel we have a 32 megapixel selfie camera with f2.0 aperture. So that's the camera hardware of the Vivo X100. Now first let's have a look at the daylight capture. So you can see that the images are crisp and clear and plenty of details on offer. This is something which is really good from the Vivo's X100 series. The colors are slightly on the richer tone, but obviously you can toggle the Zeiss natural color mode in case you feel the colors are a bit richer. So that option is also included. And overall the detailing looks good. The dynamic range also looks great. The sharpness levels are once again impressive, and you can see that when you zoom into the images, there is plenty of details on offer. And overall the daylight captures have come really impressive from the Vivo X100 series. So as usual, Vivo's X series is known for great camera experience, and that is again evident here. Now moving on to the ultra wide angle camera, the 50 megapixel ultra wide angle camera also produces great results, and the images are sharp, detailed, and offers plenty of dynamic range as well. So that's something which is really good. Now what has impressed us more is the telephoto lens. The 3x optical zoom offered is really superb. Great sharpness levels, great detailing offered, and you can also toggle to different options, like you can go with 2x, 3x, and also 10x, and the images are still clear and crisp. There is also option to go to the 100x zoom available on the Vivo X100. Now moving on to the close-up images. Here also you can see that images are great detailed. Sharpness levels are impressive. Colors are again richer tone. You can always toggle the Zeiss natural color mode, but overall I feel these are really good imaging abilities from Vivo, and Vivo's algorithm is slightly towards the vibrant color mode, and that is pretty much evident here as well. Now the macros are handled by the telephoto lens, and that's one of the advantages. You get really great macro images using the Vivo X100 series. So these are some of the shots taken with the Vivo X100. Now moving on to the portraits. This is one area where Vivo X100 again shines. You can see that there are plenty of options in terms of portrait mode, like the Zeiss Biotar, Sonar, Planar. So a lot of options are there. Apart from that, you can also go with different portrait modes like 24mm, 35mm, 50mm natural, 50mm classic portrait, 85mm, 100mm. So a lot of options are there. You can toggle these, and the skin tones are really good. Although they are slightly on the brighter side, the edge detection is impressive on the portrait. So portraits are something which you can play around with plenty of options. It's a really versatile portrait photography camera. So great in terms of portrait experience from the Vivo X100. Now moving on to the low light images. Now you can see that in indoor lighting conditions, again there is good amount of sharpness, great details on offer, and overall the noise has been kept to minimum, and this is more or less evident when you go to the extreme low light photography. You can literally see that the images are crisp and clear, devoid of any noise. That's something which is great. But again, sky colors are slightly on the richer side, but if you want a bit more natural colors, you can go with Zeiss natural color mode. And even the telephoto lens offers great night photography. That's something which is really impressive. And here also you can see that great sharpness levels and details on offers, and the noise is literally kept to minimum here. That's one impressive point. The ultra wide angle camera can also do really good low light photography. Now moving on to the selfie camera. This is the 32 megapixel selfie camera, and once again we really like the selfie experience. Good dynamic range, good sharpness levels. The skin tones are again more or less really good. Again, selfies are more of a personal choice. I personally like the selfie experience on the Vivo X100, and the edge detection, the dynamic range, everything looks good. And even in portrait photography you can see that the dynamic range and edge detection is really done well. So overall selfies are pretty good on the Vivo X100. Now moving on to the videos, the phone can do 4K 60 FPS using all the three cameras. This is the primary camera, and you can see that this is a 4K 60 FPS video. The stabilization is really good, but the colors are slightly on the richer side on the 4K video. But again, most people will still have no issues with that. Now this is the 1080p 60 FPS video. Once again, you can see that great amount of details on offer. The dynamic range is good, the colors are good, and overall the stabilization is done really well on the Vivo X100 series. So Vivo's stabilization does work really well, and overall the footage is really stabilized on the Vivo X100. Now you can also do ultra steady mode. This is the ultra steady mode available. This can shoot only in 1080p 60 fps, but once again you can see here stabilization is done really well. Now the telephoto lens can do 4K 60 fps, and you can see that great amount of details on offer. The stabilization is excellent, and overall the footage looks great on this device. Now the ultra wide angle camera can also shoot 4K 60 fps. This is the sample. Once again, great details on offer, good dynamic range, and the stabilization again works really well. So this is the front facing camera sample taken with the Vivo X100, and this can record videos only in 1080p 60 fps. There is no 4K support, so you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is and also the audio output. So that is a camera review of the Vivo X100. Now summing up, Vivo X100 is a great camera in terms of photography, even videography. It works really well. All the three cameras can do 4K 60 fps, good stabilization offered, and as usual Vivo's algorithm is slightly on the richer side in terms of color reproduction, but obviously you can go with the Zeiss color mode in case you want that, but it won't drastically change much, but then they are rich in tones and great sharpness levels, great dynamic range. The portraits are something which we really liked. Plenty of options. It's a really versatile camera. You can toggle different focal length. You can go with the different Zeiss portrait modes. So there are plenty of options in portraits. The macro photography is done by the telephoto lens. Again, the telephoto lens is probably the star of the camera because it can shoot really great photos with the zoom 3x, and then even 10x zoom images looks really impressive. So the primary camera setup, the rear camera setup is really impressive. The selfie camera is also impressive, but one major downside of the selfie camera is that there is still no 4K 60 fps or 4K video recording for the selfie camera. That's definitely one of the downsides. Last year also we mentioned this. We expected Vivo to fix that, but still that has not been fixed. That's the only downside we feel with the Vivo's X100 camera, but otherwise it's a solid camera setup, and this won't disappoint the users in any way. Even with the low light experience, selfies, portraits, everything looks great, but except for the 4K video recording, or rather lack of 4K video recording on the selfie camera. So that was the camera review of the Vivo X100. So hope you enjoyed watching this video. What do you guys think about the camera? Do let us know your thoughts in the comment section. This is Nirmal signing off. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.